Good morning. Day 52 on the Florida Trail. And it's well, it's warmer than it has been for us lately. It was maybe 50s or so last night. So it's fairly comfortable. Nice hiking weather. Still a little bit chilly, but we're warming up quickly, I think. So the sun's coming up, so it'll be nice. It's supposed to be well, it's not going to get any cooler. We're going to be in the 80s and actually I think 90 in a couple of days. So it's I think it's here to stay. Yeah, we had a, I don't know, eventful, noisy evening night last night. So there are reports of dogs barking there at the church. The church is a lovely space. It's really nice that they offer that up. Water, electricity, no bathrooms available, unfortunately, but you know, that's okay. Just to have the space there because there's nowhere else to really go in this section. But yeah, there are some dogs across the street that we thought we were safe as far as noise was concerned. I mean, the dogs are fine, they're chained up, but the right around 7 o'clock, I think, or so, all of a sudden they started barking, and there's quite a few of them that are at the house across the street, and they did not stop for a while. It was dark, I think, until they really started quieting down. But even then, it wasn't quiet. They, every once in a while, for no known reason, they just started all barking again. And it happened once or twice, at least throughout the night. They would just periodically start barking. And then 4:30, the rooster started up. So that was fun. And I think at first, when the rooster first starts crowing, the dogs are like, oh, it's time to be awake. So they bark. But after a while, I think they started to ignore the rooster too. But at any rate, there was a barred owl, which is not normally, they are really nice to hear. This one just happened to be very close. So he was loud. But didn't bother us too much. He wasn't too vocal. So anyway, that was our night and our morning. And today we've got 18.9, I think, something like that to do. Again, it's nearly all road. The difference today is almost all of it, from what we think we see, is going to be this dirt road, which is much better than macadam. So at least it's a little softer, and hopefully we can still make good miles. Look at that, a soda machine right on trail on the road. That is awesome. There's description about it. I guess the calories count. That's great. I guess that it's in tribute to the woman's mother, I think. Maybe she was a hiker, or maybe she was a trail maintainer. I'm not really sure. I can add that in description later if it's different than that. But yeah, there we go. We're gonna stop here, take a break, and enjoy. And back on the hard road again. A couple miles of this, 2.5 or so. All right, back on the dirt road. Just a cool old farm building here on our road walk. We are maybe a little less than a mile and a half from the church where we're gonna take our next break and probably eat lunch. Very nice back here though. This house is a really nice property. Right here. A cute little house. And it's very pretty flowers.
Very pretty.
Yeah, look at that. All right, lunch break at the Mount Gilead Baptist Church. Very nice. There's a water spigot over there, porta potty out back, and we think there might be a pavilion, but even if it's not, that's okay because there's plenty of shade next to the building. Beautiful space here. Very nice. We really appreciate these, again, these churches along this stretch, considering the kind of lack of amenities otherwise. Okay, so they have this nice little screened-in porch back here called the Outback Porch. Nice. Little bench here, picnic table in the shade, electric coffee maker, and water. And a little hiker box, and look at that little sink and stuff. You can do dishes. I'm guessing you can camp here. And yeah, little trail log and everything. This is really nice. A little bin of snacks. This is great. After what, 4 hours? Out at Mount Gilead Baptist Church, we want to just say a great big thank you. Hopefully someday you see this. It was an amazing stay right there in that little screened-in porch. It was fantastic. So we just rested for a while, trying to just stay out of the heat of the day. So we've got 8.5 more miles to go. And yes, it's still hot. And yes, we still have road walking to do for the majority of that. But that was perfect. Perfect timing. And we really appreciate the accommodations that you had there. Even a hot cup of coffee. So we learned on a trail back at home in Pennsylvania that horses don't really like umbrellas. And there's one horse right up here. And he was right there at the gate. But he saw us coming. He just keeps, he's very uncomfortable. He keeps running away and oh yeah, he's really running away now. Yeah, he did not like us. And we were pretty far off yet. He's standing back there in the trees looking at us.
Yeah, he is very
Yeah, he's very nervous. Yeah, concerned. Our last hard surface road walk for the day. It's this little less than a mile stretch of this road. Not too bad. It's kind of nice with the trees and stuff on the sides and overhanging. Lots of shadow. 700 miles! Woo! We have trail for the first time in several days. Not much of it. We're only going about a half a mile, but it's nice to kind of be back on a trail again. All right, here we are, day 52 on the Florida Trail. 18.9 miles today, and I think 18.4 of those were road. Now, we started out at the Sermons Baptist Church where we stayed last night. Nice space. Again, we had animals making noises around us for
all night.
Pretty much all night, yeah. But it was fine. Well, first of all, you'll notice we're in the tent again tonight because of animals. Very small ones. Lots of mosquitoes here at this site tonight. So I'm sorry if it's a little dark, but here we are. So yeah, we did Most of the road though was dirt road today.
Yeah,
In
sand and dirt, and
yeah, compared to yesterday.
yeah,
So that was good. We had
easier on the joints.
yeah, a couple of miles of pavement, but that was all really. So yeah, it was nice though. Walking through that, we had a nice break at 5.5 miles.
Oh yes, that break. Okay.
Yeah, that break.
Yeah.
5.5 miles, we came across the Pepsi machine.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, just I think the woman, like I said, I think the woman who it lives in the house right there puts it out, far out, just says in honor of her mother. So not sure how that might relate to the trail, if it does at all, but it's very nice of her to do that.
Yes.
$1.50. It's a little finicky with the dollar bills, but we eventually did get it to work. Got a nice cold drink there that we shared, so that was really nice. And took a break there. And then, yeah, we moved on with more road walking. Actually, that was when we were on the macadam, I think, right? Yeah, we got a couple of mosquitoes in the tent, too. Then we moved on to the Mount Gilead Church. Again, road walking in between, nothing overly exciting to see. But Mount Gilead Church was really nice.
So, highly recommend. It would have been awesome to
Yeah.
camp there.
Yeah.
However, it didn't work out with our mileage plans.
Right.
But taking a 4-hour break in the middle
Yes.
of the day.
Oh, it was glorious.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a screened in space with running water and picnic tables and chairs and things like that. And
Right.
then, yeah, they had like a little hiker box with some snacks in them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we made some hot coffee before we
Yeah, the
got
coffee
back
maker.
on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Yeah, there were porta potty there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was great.
We got there at what 11:30, something like that. Yeah, and we left at 3. I saw we're somewhere
we
around
did.
there. It was really
Yeah, we were.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just kind of hung out. We laid down for a little while and got elevated our feet and everything, and just relaxed
Yeah.
and waited out some of the heat of the day.
Yes.
So it was really nice. Then we had 8.5 or so to go, and we did take a break in the middle of that. We were walking along a road again, but yeah, right here near the end, we crossed a road and got onto another dirt road.
Another dirt road.
Another
yeah.
dirt road, really, but
Like a
that
farm
led
road.
us to trail.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, after walking
Yeah.
road for like 3 days,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to walk on trail.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
Right?
thing. I have to
You're like,
relearn how to walk the trail.
hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little wonky
It was
there.
a little weird, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of bushwhacking involved. Just there's a little bit of water. So we're walking. We're now in the Aucilla, Aucilla River section, and it is still high.
It's high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are stages of flooding, and it's.
But we're not quite sure what that, anyway, but it's high.
Yeah, we're not really sure what the stages mean for us necessarily. We're going to really find that out tomorrow. But yeah, there was water, here and there along the trail, and we just kind of had to, we chose to try to get around it since we were so close to camp. So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So yeah, no, we'll see what it is tomorrow morning when we start hiking on the trail, and there are some roads that we can kind of bail out onto
Right,
that they suggest doing if it is at flood stage.
right.
Yeah.
It's
so
currently just below 53 feet.
we're not quite sure
but
what flood stage is.
Yeah, we don't know what dangerous level.
But it's over its
is.
banks. I mean,
Yes. It's high.
It's high.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll try to get a shot here real quick.
Unquestioningly.
Yeah, I'll go out and brave the bugs for a few minutes and give you a little bit of a shot. But so we'll see what tomorrow brings. We don't really know. We have 16.5-ish, something
Yes,
like
to
that,
JRs.
to get to JRs. And
But who knows? That could be longer. That could be shorter.
yeah, we don't really
no
know
idea.
what's going to happen tomorrow because of that, because of the water. So we'll see. There are comments from a couple of weeks ago where people were swimming. Even on the roads that they were bypassing the river section on, they were swimming.
Yeah.
So it has come down over a foot since then. So hopefully,
Because Georgia got a lot of rain.
Right, a
and
lot of rain up
It's all
north.
filtering down this way.
right?
So
Yep. So, all right. Well, we'll leave it at that because you can't really see us very well anyway. So that is day 52 and a little bit of 53.
okay.
So we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Night.
All right, here we are. We are at the Upper Aucilla Camp. And yeah, looks pretty bright through the camera, so you should be able to see this. There's enough space here for several tents. It's pretty nice. You know, no amenities per se, no picnic table or anything like that, but there is a place that people have built a fire. The trail is right back that way. It's not very far at all. I mean, probably less than 0.1. So this is a nice space, buggy, unfortunately, but that's what it is. The river is right down there. That's one way you can get to it. I'm going to show you the other way because it's nicer. But yeah, it's down there. It's a little high. But if you come right back here behind our tent and walk through the palmetto just briefly, where the bugs are actually a little bit better, down this way. There's a little beach area here, and you can see the river. So yeah, it's you know, the trees right there, I'm sure, are normally not underwater at their bases when it's not at flood stage. Apparently there's a little swimming hole here. There's a little platform. I think somebody said that there was a rope swing. Not really sure, but yeah, it's moving along pretty darn good. All right, that's it. Have a good night.